Morning, morning everyone. Hope you all good out there, in there, wherever you are. Please let me know if you can hear me. Morning Marco, morning Adrian. Great Marco, thank you. Buongiorno Alberto, thank you Adrian. Morning Matthew, good to have you here. Sorry about yesterday. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and let a few more people to join. Thanks Matthew. There is possibly a little delay. Morning Anthony. There's possibly a little delay between the time that you put in a comment and the time that I see it. However, I'm going to always comment as soon as I see your message. Morning, Warren. Good morning, Liesel. Just going to wait another minute or two, and then I'm going to start. Morning, Lynn. Hi, Pat. All right. How's it, Gary? Cool. So, hope you're well. It's taxing times. I know that some of you start or continuing. You get this cabin stress, cabin feeling, cabin fever, where we all stuck in and we cannot do what we normally do. And I can see from talking to people and from see what happens in my immediate environment, there's definite pressure is mounting. There's worry, there's fear, there's just anxiousness. We want to move, we're not allowed to move. So it definitely puts a dent on us. And to deal with it, we have to be very aware and very calm and very focused. So we understand what happens within us when we react, because really the circumstances that we are in, they're circumstances, but the reason that we react is internal. So our perception of a situation is what makes us react. The perception triggers a whole process of reaction, and it starts with a physical, biochemical reaction that a deep part in our mind always reacts to. And when this reaction happens, then we also react with our pattern of behavior that is associated to the sensation that we feel, to the discomfort that we feel. So whenever we feel discomfort, all our mind wants to do is to become comfortable again. And when we feel discomfort, then we will do any type of an action that our mind associates with getting out of comfort, but it can be a really uncomfortable. It can be really an uncomfortable thing that we're going to do. So we can react with anger. We react with fear. We project to the future what is going to happen. We try to quieten the discomfort in us by doing all these things that we think that our mind thinks is going to help us. But in fact, every time that we react, we deepen the pattern of our reaction. So every time that we react, we develop a deeper pattern of the same type of reaction. So when we react with worry, we deepen the pattern of reaction of worry. When we react with anger, we deepen this pattern. And these patterns, they just inhibit us as we go on with our life. So what we do, we practice anapanasati, which is observation of our breath. So we become aware of what happens within us on a physical level and also mental level. Everything that we think of, everything that we feel manifests in sensation, but it also manifests in our breath. Our breath always reacts to what happens on a mental level and on a physical level for us. So physical drives mental, mental drives physical. It's always connected. So mind and matter are always connected. And when we observe our breath, we start seeing the truth, the reality that really our reaction is internal, not external. We react to what happens inside of us and not what happens outside of us. And when we start seeing the truth, then we also become more aware of the universal truth. And the universal truth is whenever we go against the universal truth, we start suffering immediately. We start suffering with disharmony, with mental issues. We react, we inflict our disharmony and our misery on the environment around us, on everyone around us. But when we start living with the law of nature, the law of the universe, then we start experiencing love and harmony, and this affects not only us, but also the environment around us. So we're gonna start practice. Let me talk you into the meditation. If it's your first time here, you can always go back to some of our first recordings of our first sessions, but I'm going to do the best to bring everybody in par in this session as well. So we're going to work observing our breath right here below our nostrils. If for some reason it's difficult for you to focus only on this small area, then you can focus on this whole triangle here, from the upper lip to the kind of like the top tip of the nose. But the narrower the area you concentrate on, the sharper your mind becomes. So eventually you want to come to this area right here. So close your eyes and bring your attention to this area right here below your nostrils. And observe your breath as it comes in and as it comes out. Just natural breath without trying to influence it, without trying to manifest, to without trying to change it, without trying to control it. This is not a breathing exercise. This is just observation of the breath, your natural pattern of breath as it is right now. And accept the moment, accept your breath as it is, and be aware of the pattern and accept the pattern. Be objective. Don't have any preference to any experience that you have in the moment. And the pattern can be that you breathing deep or you breathing shallow. Maybe you breathing fast. Maybe it's slow. Maybe you're breathing from one nostril, maybe from the other nostril. Whatever the experience, whatever the pattern, just accept it. But be aware that as you sit, your pattern is going to change. So if it's shallow now, it may become deeper. If it's fast now, it may become slower. Just be aware of the change and understand that change is the law. Everything is changing all the time. Nothing is permanent. Everything is impermanent. All our experiences are impermanent. Our thoughts, our discomfort, our sensations, everything is impermanent. Therefore, you don't want to get attached to any particular experience. And every time that you have a preference, it's basically a reaction. And when you react, you set a pattern of reaction. So whether it's a comfortable moment or an uncomfortable moment, just understand that it's also going to change and you don't want to get attached to it. Everything that happens outside the area of your focus, right below the nostrils, you're going to become aware of if something happens, if there's a particular thought or discomfort, but don't put your attention on it. Leave your attention with your breath. All you have to do is observe your breath. And every time that your mind is drifting and you realize that it happened, just bring it back without any negativity, without any frustration, even if it happens all the time. Just accept that this is your pattern of your mind right now and accept it. Don't try to change it. You don't want to develop more negativity while you practice. Also, don't verbalize what you're doing. Don't use imagination. Don't use visualization. Just observe your breath as it is. And if you feel that you're getting tired or you're nodding off, take a couple of deeper intentional breaths and then go back to observing your breath as it is. Every time when you feel your mind is drifting away, just bring it back to your breath. So we've meditated, I think, for about 19 minutes, maybe 20. You may continue meditating on your own. Also, ask any question by posting a comment or a question in the live chat, and I'll try to answer any question pertaining to the technique. I'll be happy to answer. You should meditate daily, morning and evenings. 15-20 minutes in the morning, 15-20 minutes in the evening. It's fine for now, but longer is even better. When you fall asleep at night, fall asleep with awareness of your breath. When you wake up in the morning, wake up and immediately get awareness of your breath. You want to be able to use the awareness and your insight from the meditation throughout the day. Otherwise, the meditation has no value. If it doesn't make your day better, then the meditation has no value. What is it? Dan is asking, what is the difference of abundance meditation and this technique? Okay. Abundance meditation, as far as I understand, I don't practice it, but as far as I understand, you meditate with an idea of something you want to achieve. You want to experience abundance of the universe. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to experience abundance in the universe. However, if you crave it, then you are creating more disharmony within you. So I'd be very careful about how I go about asking for abundance. It's very good to be grateful for what we have, but when we start asking for abundance, many times it comes from our discomfort. It comes from our neediness, a mental neediness, where we think that the more we're going to have, the happier we're going to be. But really, it's a very fine line of walking. So if you can aspire for abundance without being dependent on the results, I say, great. Then you are on a good path. But if your happiness is dependent on whether you're going to experience abundance or not, then you're starting to harm yourself. Adrian, Michael, should we avoid ups and downs of the feelings during the day? Is this a good way? Adrian, you should not try to suppress anything. Don't fight anything. Just be aware of what happens and don't react. You're not going to be able to control the ups and downs, but you can control how you react to these ups and downs. Thank you to the Everyday New Life. Thank you for sharing. Much love from Germany, Anat. Thank you so much, Anat. I'm always very happy to have you here. Lots of love. Thanks so much, Lynn. That's why I'm here. I try to convey what I know so you have a better experience every day. Thank you, Adrienne. Thanks, Tanya. Thank you, everyone. So like I say, I'm going to be here during lockdown every morning, 9 o'clock Cape Town time, whatever the time is where you're at. This is the time. We'll be here throughout lockdown to help. I'm here to help you develop this technique, but also develop the habit of practicing daily. Matthew, don't regret the life you had. If you didn't live this life, you probably wouldn't be here today. So, we moving forward, but with awareness. Thanks, Matthew. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Warren. Thanks, Marco. Thanks, Ambrish. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Anthony. If you have any questions that you want to ask me personally, you can either reach me if you have my number through WhatsApp, or you can get a hold of me through Facebook. So we'll see you all hopefully tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Sending lots of love and light, we can say.